Yo guys, Fash is here and I'm so excited that we're moving forward. In this tutorial, we want to take a deep look into string function and operator. Without no further ado, let's dive in. Alright, you have to just go to this site, go to google.com. I want to show you something real quick. Just type string, because I want to take you through the documentation so that you understand what I mean. Excuse me. String function in Postgre. Alright, so by the time you clicked it, it's going to take you to this place. So when you clicked it, it's going to actually take you to where you can actually see the documentation about string functions and operator. What? So basically, what is string? String is anything that has to do with text or character, maybe A, B, D, E. You know, those things are character. But when it comes to word, like maybe Flash, like maybe Femi, like maybe John, like maybe Johnson, like maybe I love my life. All these things are character, are words. So if you want to, understand how to manipulate all these words in your database, you need to understand the concept of what you need to understand the concept of string. All right, okay, so basically what we want to do right now is I want to see how we can manipulate strings. Okay, so without no further ado, let's dive in. So I'm going to log in into my PG admin right now, and I'm going to select some couple of tables. I think I select customer. So the customer that I select, I want to see I can manipulate. I want to manipulate this string. So what exactly should we manipulate? Let's say, for instance, I want to manipulate first name and last name. Let me take you through the documentation. Okay, if you look at the documentation, I'm going to scroll down right now. You see a lot of what operators and functions that you can use to manipulate. So let's say, for instance, string concatenations. Let's take a look. What is string concatenation? If you want to see manipulate string concatenation, just pick two words. Ensure that these two words you separate with a stroke, double stroke. All right, can we do that? Let me go straight down into PG admin. I want to say anybody. I want to select the first name and the last name. So here I'm just going to say first underscore name, and I will say I want to concatenate. All right, let me do that. All right, you at the top of your enter button or enter on the keyboard, just hit on shift and press that. It's going to give you that stroke and last name. And by the time you do that, you are going to have like, okay, fine, this thing is okay. Let's select this first. You're going to see this thing is going to be all together. It's not going to give you something like a space. So if you want to give it a space, you have to concatenate again with a quote that there's a space in between that quote. But that quote's supposed to be what concatenated to. So before you reach the last name, so you can see this is concatenating. You are concatenating first name with a quote that have a space, and you are concatenating the quote that have a space with the last name. So that's just it. Let me repeat. First name is concatenated. This is concatenation. First name is concatenated with a space, and the space is also concatenated with the last name, so that we have a space in between them. Boom. As I'm doing that, you can see it gives me that space. This column doesn't have a name. I can give it a name. I can say as combo. That combo is just a name. Don't mind me. Combo. All right, combo. I want to make that say capital letter. I'm feeling this right now. I'm feeling this right now. Let's run it. Boom. You can see the combo is there, man. All right, this is cool. Despite the fact that I make it in capital letter, it's not even giving me capital letter. Anyways, we've achieved this. All right, this is the first thing I really want you to understand. You can see how cool this is. We're able to retrieve this information from the database, the first name and the last name, and we're able to combine it using those concatenation. Another thing I would like to do, let me do some complex stuff. Okay, good. I want to do some complex stuff. What should we do? Let's say, for instance, I want to join the first name and the last name together, and I want to put Gmail in front of them. How would that be possible? All right, let's dive in. So I want to say select first name and last name. So I'll just say this thing. I'm gonna do like this. I'm going to remove the first name, the first name. So the first name is concatenated with the last name, and with the last name, and the last name is concatenated. Sorry, the last name is concatenated with at gmail.com, because at gmail.com is something like string, so I have to put it in string like that. You can see by the time I do that, you see first name and last name will be at gmail.com. Let's load it. You see This is awesome. You can see jerryellie@gmail.com, marysmith@gmail.com. But I want the situation whereby, let's do some complex stuff. I want the situation whereby this J is going to be in small letter. How can that be possible? How can that be possible? You can convert it to lower. All right, before that, let's say for instance I just want JLE. I want this first letter to be appear. I don't want all this entire name to appear. So how can I do that? I like this. I will use some kind of function and I'll say I am cutting you and I want you to have a left. Okay, so I'm cutting it now, so I'm going to use the left function. I'm going to tell you what left function does. Left function have open and close bracket because it's a function, and you are going to paste whatever you want to paste in there. Sorry, we are going to paste whatever you want to paste in there. We are pasting in there right now, and you're going to separate it by comma, and whatever character you want to pick. I want to pick the first character. I'm going to pick 1. So let's roll it. You can see JLE is there. You can see it gives me the first character. If I put 2 here, it's going to give me the 2 out of the entire 2 out of the entire 2 letters after the entire name. So I'm cutting it again. I want to now make everything in lowercase. All right, I'm going to say, hey buddy, I want a lower function. I'm open and closing the bracket. What I've cut, I'm pasting it in the back. All right, if you don't know how to cut, just press Ctrl X or Command X on your keyboard. All right, good. So by the time you do that, you can see this, everything will be changed to lower. Okay, but by the time I load it, you can see once I load it, it gives me JLE. But this E is also in what in the first name is also in capital letter. I can cut it and say, hey, I want to convert everything to what? Small letter. I say lower, I open and close bracket. I'm going to paste this thing in there. This is awesome. This is pretty cool. So by the time I do that, okay, boom, I'm going to roll it. You can see JLE. We have successfully created a Gmail by manipulating. All right, fine. I don't like the way the column is like this. I can just say as client email address. I can just say email address. Email. This is awesome. I'm feeling it already. Okay, let's run it. We're running it right now. This just give us email. This email is not there. We manipulated it right now. Okay, and this is cool. All right, good. So what we're going to do right now is that this is where we're actually going to stop for now. You successfully understand the concept of how to manipulate data, string